In the heart of a mist-shrouded village, a sinister secret lay buried beneath the facade of tranquility. The village of Wilkbrook held its breath, caught between the edges of reality and the ethereal realms of horror. Deep within its winding alleys and aged cottages, a story of malevolence and terror was about to unfold. Alicia Hawthorne, a woman of grace and beauty, was the jewel of Wilkbrook. Her radiant presence contrasted sharply with the grim demeanor of her husband, Carter Hawthorne. The townsfolk whispered of his cold, calculating eyes that sent shivers down their spines. The Hawthorne cottage was an enigma itself, imposing and desolate. The structure loomed like a guardian of a long-forgotten darkness. One fateful night, when the moon was a mere sliver in the sky, the village fell into an uneasy silence. A spine-chilling wind carried an otherworldly chill as the village awaited the revelation of a ghastly secret. In the depths of the Hawthorne cottage, Alicia was heard sobbing, a pitiable sound that sent a chorus of shivers through the village. But there was something sinister underlying her cries, a sense of desperation that transcended the ordinary. As the night crept onward, a trail of whispers trickled through the village like a shadowy rumor. Carter's cruelty had escalated beyond comprehension, and he had subjected Alicia to unspeakable horrors. Rumors twisted into tales of eerie rituals performed under moonlit skies and walls that echoed with agonized pleas. One particularly daring soul, Julia, decided to delve into the depths of the Hawthorne cottage. Armed with nothing but a flickering lantern and the courage of a person possessed, she ventured into the heart of darkness. The village watched in dread anticipation, paralyzed by fear as Alicia's lantern illuminated the secrets hidden within the Hawthorne abode. The air was thick with tension as the flickering light cast eerie shadows on the walls, revealing arcane symbols etched into the very foundations of the cottage. Torturous instruments lay scattered, each one a testament to Carter's malevolence. As Alicia descended further, she stumbled upon a hidden chamber, a macabre sanctuary where Carter's sinister acts reached their crescendo. Amidst the gloom, a chilling sight met Julia's eyes. Alicia's lifeless form lay upon a stone altar, surrounded by an array of twisted candles that danced like malevolent spirits. Her blood stained the floor, forming patterns reminiscent of the occult symbols etched into the walls. Julia's heart pounded like a drum, her breath ragged as she realized the depth of the horror that had transpired within those walls. But the horror was far from over. Julia's lantern faltered, casting her into darkness, and the whispers of shadows grew louder, filling the air with a cacophony of spectral voices. Shapes moved at the corner of her vision, apparitions of tortured souls, trapped in a cycle of suffering. Desperation gripped her as the walls seemed to close in, and she understood that the spirits of the victims were demanding justice. Back in the village, the whispers turned into anguished cries, a chorus of vengeful spirits that echoed through the night. The townsfolk, united in fear and determination, gathered with torches and makeshift weapons. With Julia as their guide, they marched toward the Hawthorne cottage, drawn by an irresistible force, driven to confront the horror that had plagued their village. The confrontation between the villagers and the malevolent force within the cottage was a battle between the living and the damned. The air crackled with energy as the two forces clashed, their fates intertwined in a struggle for redemption and revenge. Carter's visage appeared at a window, his eyes gleaming with madness as he laughed at the futility of their efforts. But the spirits would not be denied their justice. With a surge of spectral energy, they reached out, their ethereal hands wrapping around Carter's throat. His laughter turned to gurgled screams as he was lifted from the ground, his body convulsing in a grotesque dance of agony. The villagers watched in a mix of horror and vindication as the malevolent force within the Hawthorne cottage consumed its master. With Carter's demise, a profound stillness settled upon the village. The shadows retreated, their whispers fading into the night, leaving behind a sense of closure and an eerie peace. The Hawthorne cottage stood silent and empty, a monument to the horrors that had transpired within. Wiltbrook began to heal, its wounds mending with the passage of time. The cottage was left untouched, a haunted relic that served as a reminder of the darkness that could consume even the most idyllic of places. And though the horror had passed, the villagers could never forget the whispers of shadows that had once plagued their lives, a reminder that the line between the mundane and the macabre was far thinner than they had ever imagined.